been called lots of stuff. Yeah, I've done a lot of deed. I've had it rough and tough. You know I've smoked a lot of weed. Mellow, don't you know? Well, I've learned a thing or two, like when and where I should go to, what I should or shouldn't do. I've been left alone, no company, but that's alright with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. I'd like to let it grow, you know I'm talking about my beard. I'll have you all know that I know sometimes it might look weird, but I got a friend upstairs whom I'll keep confiding in. I know he's there 'cause when I knock he always lets me in. Brings me peace with what it is and what is not for me. To accept what I see, they're looking back at me as big and ugly. Big and ugly. I could have been small and cute and play a flute like a dream, or sing like an angel, maybe play ukulele. But I got to work with my hands and keep dragging it along, banging on that old guitar. Sometimes I'll write a song. I lose a few friends, so it seems I got no enemies. What you get is what you see, that's how it is with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. Big and ugly.
Hey, and we're back, everybody. Welcome to the Big Uglies. After some big, ugly tech problems today, we are finally coming to you guys live 10 minutes to 5.
No.
Still laggy.
Is it really? It's not that time.
Yeah, it's 4:52. And I'm lagging again. I don't know what's going on.
AIDS.
It's a real problem.
We're back.
Okay, now we're good. Could you hear me okay?
Yeah, the audio is fine. It just won't match up sometimes, and we can just blame it on being fat, and
now
people will believe us.
Now you're frozen, and now I'm frozen, and we're both frozen.
Okay.
This is going to be a real fun show today, everybody, because we have a real great tech situation happening across the internet. And what the fuck, man?
I'm not laggy at all.
No, you are also laggy. We're taking turns lagging. I look like I'm dubbed in Japanese. Oh, hello, Mr. Corridor. Welcome to a podcaster.
Oh no, we did it again.
This is so annoying. This is so bad. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it today.
We have a tech problem.
Is this all Instagram? I wonder if I boot Instagram, if that'll fix it.
I told you to do that.
Let's see if that'll.
I thought you did that.
Let's see if that'll cure our ailments. All right. No more Instagram. Seems like it fixed the problem.
Yeah.
Fucking Instagram. Nope. Still bad. Still bad.
It's gonna take a little bit of delay to restart that once it booted
No,
it.
no, I don't think so. I think we're fucked for the entire show today. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Well,
Well, close your eyes for this one, everybody, as you all find yourselves doing. You can
this
hear us.
podcast will be on Audible.
Yeah, listen, if you're looking at us, you're already fucking retarded. What are you doing? You don't want to look at the two of our faces.
You could look away and pretend that we're not there, like magic.
Yeah, you don't need to. Do you really need what the words coming out of my mouth to match up with my face? I mean, what are we doing?
Also,
of this, and by the way, it's live on my camera. It looks fine. It's just the relay to the fucking computer. It's not fine.
See, right now it's fine.
Oh, okay,
that's when your face wasn't there.
We'll see. Yeah, of course it was fine when my face wasn't there. Yeah, great. Fantastic. That's what she said. It's really great when your fucking face isn't here. We like that.
I think we should, even though we have technical difficulties, I think we should just jump right into it.
I think part of the fun of this week's episode is that you have this question at the top of the agenda for today, which is, why do you hate magic? And obviously,
not magic, magicians.
Obviously, the magicians are responding because they're gremlinizing my fucking computer today, and it's not good. It's
Illusionists, modern.
I don't like
magi.
I react to street magic like a black people.
Street magic is close-up magic.
Yeah, that's magicians do that too, man.
Yeah, but there's different types. There's close magic, which is cards and sleight of hand. Then there's giant illusions, David Copperfield type.
I feel like this is you trying to explain, like, no, I know they're all faggots, but there are different types.
Well, I don't know if you know this. I was Penn Jillette's stand-in for a couple of years, and I had to do like 3 seasons of Fool Us, which was their show that aired on CW. And I had to watch as the stand-in for the show. The premise of the show is if you can fool.
Did you have to fluff teller? Was that part of the
I had my own teller.
Oh, did you have to fluff him?
Go fluff yourself. How about that?
What the fuck kind of television is this if nobody's getting fluffed?
I don't even understand what that means. You mean like porno fluffing?
Yeah. It's the old.
No, it's the CW. We didn't have that in the budget.
No fluff in the CW. It's more of a dub.
The premise of the show is if you can fool Penn and Teller with a trick, they'd be like, here, if you win the show, you open for them and you get a chance to have like your own Vegas, residency shit type deal.
If you win the show, they hand you a pistol and you blow your fucking brains out on national television.
Listen, man, I'm just saying, as the stand-in for all that, we had to do all the rehearsals. So to keep it like, you're not really, to keep it authentic, that they've never seen the trick before. Mm-hmm. They have to perform all their tricks for us in rehearsal. Right. And like I'm Penn, and like by like day 2 of this shit, like me, I'm like, it's under the, I'm like fucking Joe Pesci in My Cousin Vinny, where he tells the story of the magician when they were a kid. He was like, it's under the table with the card, and he's got a spring in there. Like,
see you being the guy who likes to ruin magic shows for people.
But it's not ruined. I'm the judge in the rehearsals. So they have to fool me. They have to try. And by like day 3, I'm like a magic illusion expert by then, right? I'm like fucking.
Sounds hard. They got to fool.
Nobody pulls the wool over the eyes of the old Gambini. Okay.
Yeah. They had to fool me. Like, okay.
So basically, a bunch of goblins get on stage and they tell you that there's nothing to see here. Then you leave.
What's so funny is that if any of our friends ever did or do close-up magic, why is it Eric Ebenate?
Dude, I'm willing to bet that he got into magic. You know who got into magic, I think, when they were a kid?
I know he got into magic. That's how his wife ended up like that.
Jesus Christ. Dude, no, I remember Speaking of people who don't hang out with them, remember Keenan? I think he told me he was in Magic when he was a kid or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why we
Which
don't
checks out.
Yeah. I mean,
No, see, let's be honest. I enjoy that. I enjoy an illusion. I went to Vegas 6 times before I was 21 because my dad, I don't want to say he had a gambling problem, but he just enjoyed it. Right? And they used to comp you in Vegas.
Pretty fair.
We'd stay at the fucking Excalibur and Bally's and all this shit. So I did everything a kid could do in Vegas before being 21 and gambling and shit. And I saw Siegfried and Roy. I saw Lance Burton. I saw some comedy magic type deal. I've seen it all. And I don't know. I think it's cool when you have like a spectacle and all that. And I'm less inclined to like street magic, up close magic. Like I think I'm by myself in this pod.
No, anyway. You're not. You can still hear me fixing this camera problem.
Oh, I got you. But close magic, like street magic, mostly card tricks. Hey, it's all sleight of hand. So I'm not that big a fan. I do like the escape artist saw a woman have a big illusion shit. I'm into it because I know there's like a pomp and circumstance and there's a show with it. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the spectacle. You don't enjoy that at all.
Huh. No, I can't get into it. I can't get into any of the. Okay, this was supposed to fix the problem, and I feel like it's fucking. All right, now we're good. No, I can't get into magic. I can't get into magic at all. Like it's just it's all very gay. It's like, it's just
Nathan Fielder was a
big magic.
Was into
yeah. And you know what? I realized I have a tremendous appreciation for Nathan Fielder as a comedian, as a show producer, as like a visionary.
I think all that comes from the magic thing. I think it comes from wanting to be an illusionist.
I also can very easily look at Nathan Fielder and go, this man and I have nothing in common. Like none of his interests are my interests. Like
he's got like a size 30 waist.
Yeah. I like that. That's where we got to go to right away. It's just, well, you're a big old fat fuck.
Well, there's no really fat magicians. Let's be honest. And if you could see yourself in it with representation, maybe it would change your mind.
You don't know. There could be fat magicians.
No, dude, there's not.
The Amazing Jonathan was fat, and then he made himself disappear.
he was still hang out, but he was hilarious though. It was mostly comedy.
I know. And then he got like that vicious cancer or whatever, and then he withered away.
He had like a stroke first, didn't he?
I think he had everything. He had a little bit of everything. Amazing Jonathan.
Pretty amazing.
He was pretty good. He was
pretty amazing to have all those things and still be kicking it. I mean, basically his whole act by the end was like, "You're not dead yet." Ta-da!
Yeah, he was a big old. He was a big old fat guy for a little while.
I don't know about big old fat. He was like 90s fat.
I remember when he was like Magic Kevin Smith.
Yeah, but Kevin Smith wasn't even that fat. He was short.
Yeah.
So he looked fatter than he was.
I don't like how all this magic talk is just me being fat and there not being any
Nobody
excuse.
said anything about you.
Yeah, you did earlier. I said me and Nathan have nothing in common, and you said, yeah, he has a 30-inch waist. I'm not looking at his waist, you nasty faggot.
Yeah, you are. That's where the illusion happens.
Well, this is why I'm not into magic. By the way, we got one comment already. Great show, Denny. Yep, we're nailing it. Tech problems, cameras all jacked. This is we're kicking off
magic talk.
We're kicking off a great fucking Friday night for you guys.
First of all, you have no grounds to talk about me bringing it full circle to fatness when I specifically responded to your tweet and said, dude, we should go to the Magic Castle. And you said, dude, you mean White Castle. Now, yeah. I think it's not. Now, who's going for the fat jabs first? Okay,
that's not a fat jab. This is a reality. If we had a White Castle, you would never want to go to the Magic Castle more than a White Castle.
This is true because one is infinitely more expensive and invitation only.
Yes, the White Castle.
Yeah, that's the place with the invite. Hey,
Yeah,
dude, could you
if you
imagine
don't get-
having a White Castle here? We would
Yes.
need magic to get
Yeah.
rid of the fucking riffraff that would be there.
Oh, well, first of all, all the employees are black. I think it's part of it. I think that's
No.
part of the thing.
They wouldn't be black. I don't think black people would even in there. It'd be like, welcome to White Casa. How can I help you?
That's what it would be. Filipinos and Mexicans.
Oh, it'd be so many Mexicans.
God damn it.
Little burgers. That mira, little hamburguesas.
Hamburguesas.
Hamburguesas. You want 1, 2, 12? How many you want?
Oh, yeah. You know what I used to get? This is what I love about White Castle. They have a meal. I think it's the number 2.
It's a pack. It's like 6 sliders.
It's 10. Man, the meal is 10 burgers. It's 10 burgers, 2 sides, and a drink. And man, it is still not enough food.
Yeah. Because let's be honest, they're like $50 fucking burgers.
What's the most White Castles you've ever eaten in a sitting? Do I want to answer this honestly or not?
Well, I got to be honest with you. The only time I ever went to White Castle was when I'd be in New York.
I gotta try to jump out and jump back in. Let me do this real quick.
Jump out, jump in. In the chat, tell us how fat you are. How many White Castles could you eat? Could you out eat Josh in White Castle? I doubt it. Because have you ever seen him eat a slider? I think he's the reason they call them sliders. You take a little thing and you slide them down your throat.
This is still lagging. This is fucking crazy tonight.
It's Mossad.
I don't know what is going on. Yeah, it is. It's Jew gremlins just ruining my fucking day.
Is it the whole stream?
Yeah,
Ghouls and Goblins?
This is, you know what I'm going to blame this on?
Mossad?
You know what I'm going to blame?
Is there any other devices running that you don't normally run?
Nope. I had the Helix on earlier. I turned that off. Nothing running. I'm all bleep blorp.
This is interesting.
All right, let me see if I can. I wonder if I reboot my Wi-Fi router, if that'll do it.
I'll hold it down.
Thanks for talk to the people, Carl. I gotta fucking fix this.
Let's go back to talking about Josh eating sliders. Listen, we're having technical difficulties. It's okay. That's part of the big ugly show. What, you thought this was going to be clean? What do you think this was going to be? Some sort of special type of great, technically advanced show? No. We're fat pieces of shit that don't know what we're doing sometimes, but we think it's hilarious. So you should. Anyway, back to Josh eating sliders. How many White Castles can I throw down? I don't know. I only went to White Castle when I was in New York City, and anytime I'd be in the city, I'd be like, "Oh, there's a White Castle. Let's stop by." Frozen White Castles in the freezer section. Heat those up. Kind of good. Never frequented a White Castle. I didn't live close enough to a White Castle that I was like, yeah. When Harold and Kumar came out, the White Castle, it really was a journey to go to a White Castle. So I grew up in South Florida too. So only time I'd be in the city in New York was in the summer, visiting my family and stuff all the time. So every summer we'd be there. But I'm not, there's sliders and stuff. There's an onion, a little bit of mustard, I think. And this, you can get with or without cheese. And like you said, you get a 10-pack. A 10-pack of sliders. Not enough for this fella. You know what is enough for this fella? Salad. We have enough salad. So much salad, you can't even have it. I was like, that's okay. I'm the type who can go to a Sizzler and simply eat the salad bar because I like it. I'll load up on a salad. Not that guy. That guy wants the entree on top of the salad. Like he like, sure, they got a salad bar and it even has tacos and chicken. What? I can get a steak and shrimp. Go ahead and add that. And like, dude, we were supposed to get salads for lunch. So I think that sort of mindset is where the 10 sliders is not enough food sort of mindset comes from, but that's okay. You know, some people like to drink hamburgers. I myself prefer a crispy Coke Zero. Now, I don't know how long this is going to take, but we were talking about magicians, and I happen to like magicians. I respect anybody who can put that much time into something and end up getting paid for it, or selling tickets for it, or people want to see it. I can respect that. Josh has no respect for it. I think he thinks it's very gay, and it's part of some sort of gay conspiracy cult to recruit other gays. And that you go, wow, now you're gay. I think that's how he thinks magicians work and operate. I really think that he's like, oh, they're going to do sleight of hand and then a dick's going to be in my mouth. I don't know if that's what he thinks, but I think that that's what I think he thinks. I've seen, like I said, I went to Vegas 6 times before I was 21. I saw Lance Burton. I saw Siegfried and Roy. They were gay. They were gay, but they downplayed that. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to say, no, we're not. We just like tigers. So it'd be like, oh, I love this tiger. Don't you, Roy? And he would be like, yeah, it's like whatever about the tigers. I really like their eyes. And we sleep with them together in separate housings. They were sleeping together with tigers, which, you know, eventually caught up with them, just like sliders will. You could make an argument that eating sliders make you gay, because gulp. I'd be willing to argue, and when Josh comes back in here, I'd be willing to argue that maybe sliders make you more gay than magic does. Was it the tigers that made them gay? Were they gay before magic? Did they meet from magic, or did they meet because of tigers? You know?
I think I got it. I think I fixed it. I think so.
I was getting down to the basics of, I think gulping sliders might be more gay than watching magicians. And I said that Siegfried and Roy were gay, though, but they downplayed it, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, we're not gay. We just love tigers together in separate housing, but sometimes it gets so late at night that we have to sleep together. You're shaking your head. You don't think gulping sliders is less gay?
No, I'm trying to fucking find out why this is not working at all. Like, this is completely fucked tonight.
AIDS.
Yeah. Nothing is working correctly.
Is it me? Am I the lag?
No, I don't think so. I don't know what is going on with this. I don't know why. It's like it's an issue with the camera software. It's an issue with the internet. It's an issue with all 3 things right now. StreamYard. It's a fucking disaster.
What's the camera software?
It's the same one I use every week. It's called Camo.
Maybe if we take that off, what does that do?
It's not what it is. It's literally all 3 things. I'm watching all 3 things lag and crash at the same time.
It sounds like we need a magician to fix this.
I will flip this whole fucking desk.
You know what's crazy? I know a couple of magicians.
Yeah, it sounds like I think they're doing their work already. This is just a mess. This is not fun for anybody. I mean, I can try to do another reboot.
You want to turn our cameras off and just do a fucking?
No, I don't know if that'll. I don't think that if I turn that off, it's gonna make a huge difference. I mean, like, I'll have moments where it'll work fine, and then it's fucking completely jacked.
Well, this looks the best it's looked so far.
We'll see. We'll see if it can hang on, I guess. But this is definitely.
Yeah. I was talking about how I never frequented White Castle like that because growing up in South Florida, the only times I had White Castle is when I'd be in like the city in New York, and I would only go there in the summer for family. But I said I'd be willing to bet that guzzling sliders, which I'm sure they call them sliders because you're supposed to slide them down your throat, is more of a case for homosexuality than magicians. What say you?
I don't know. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me if I say anything, because
I can hear you.
It is fucking. This is annoying the shit out of me, man. This has never been this bad.
Yeah,
we have never had this problem before. I think this is all Hassan Piker's fault. I think he shocked his dog and it messed up the electrical grid.
Is it because we tried to pull up links before that?
No, I don't think so. This is a whole other thing. I mean, let me see. I'm going to try one more thing.
Close the browsers and shit.
Yeah, and then otherwise, what we'll do is we'll just fucking kill this stream and start a new one because we've just burned 27 minutes of nonsense.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, we're back. Well, I'm back. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's okay. It's okay. We're in this together. How many fucking sliders would make him full? That's a question. We should leave that for the chat. How many sliders can make Josh full? This is a little goofy. It's a little goofy. Yes. I don't know why I'm reading the chat. like it's just a bunch of trolls. Is there lag? Is it lagging? I haven't noticed any lag. Listen, sliders. Let's get down to the bottom of it. Why do they call them that? Is it a gateway drug to homosexuality? I say yes. What say you, chat? Josh will always want more sliders, so the answer is always +1 to whatever he ordered. You can't +1 a slider. The answer would be plus a pack. If we're talking about White Castle sliders, we're talking about packs, like a 6-pack of burgers. The +1 is the pack. So it'd technically be +6, which I understand seems like a lot. But you could technically mash them together like a Kobayashi fucking eating contest and probably slide even more down your gullet. Let's say maybe it's 15 because 16 would be the 10 plus a 6-pack. You get to 15 and you're like, oh, I'm full. And then you have one little measly slider left. He shoves it in there. End of the day. That's the end of the night. You end up having the itis after that, I believe. You end up probably shitting your brains out because they're not. The quality of meat, it's got to be the donkey or some shit. It has to be like grade F beef. I'm willing to bet it's horse. A lot of them are in the Northeast. They closed a bunch of them. And they raised prices. Can you believe that? They're like, well, we have to charge more for this piece of shit beef we have. I think White Castle excuse me, I think Arby's should give like White Castle sort of things. Remember when Arby's was cheap? People used to make fun of Arby's all the time because it was cheap. Have you ever been to an Arby's lately? Oh my goodness. Arby's may as well be $1 million for a beef and cheddar. I shit you not, was $7.69. When I was a kid, you could get 3 for $5. And that was like a special. You'd be like 3 for $5 beef and cheddars. That's what we do in like high school and shit. You get stoned and go eat beef and cheddars. Now, 3 beef and cheddars would be $21 plus $24. That is insane. That's insane. You know, we can blame all sorts of people for that. We can blame Biden. We can blame Trump. We should blame ourselves that we ever let, you know, we fought a war for the Stamp Act and a 2-cent raise in the price of tea. Fought a war. The government takes 40% of our money, and beef and cheddars are no longer 3 for $5. I think it's time for war. Period. That's a war. That's grounds for war. $25 for 3 beef and cheddars. I get it. You get your kid a beef and cheddar. You get your woman a beef and cheddar. Cost you $25. You didn't even get fries yet. You didn't even get those delicious, seasoned, pigtail fucking curly fries. Just 3 beef and cheddars. Already spent $25. That's worth a war. You know? That's worth sending the troops to fucking Chicago for. Where's this guy at? Where do you put in the chat where you think Josh went? Any guesses? I know he's fixing stuff.
All right. Final time. We're going to try to do this now.
Okay.
I like how I come back, by the way, and you're just fully immersed into the economy of Arby's. Like, what I think is hilarious is that the people don't understand this. This is all Carl bitches about 24/7. Food economy, right? Of just you being like, yeah, you know what a fucking Big Mac meal costs now? Like that, every call that you make to me starts with a grievance of about the price of what it costs to eat something in this city.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
I mean, am I wrong, or is that your whole shebang?
I hate the fact that you just accept it like all these other. You've been in California for so long that just like other Californians, they go, "Hey man, it's California. What are you gonna do?"
What I think is hilarious is that you became the pre-diabetes guy. $12 for a sandwich, and I go, I thought it was pretty good. And he goes, it's because you're fucking pre-diabetic. And I go, isn't everybody?
I mean, first of all, I also asked the chat how many sliders would be enough for you.
God damn it. You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the fucking, I think I figured out what the problem is. It's the fucking Notes app. It's
I closed that shit.
Yeah, it's the agenda app.
Not for nothing. I close that. I write them down so I can look at it in front of me.
Yeah, apparently that
during our theme song, I write them down.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, our long. I got to do something about that theme song. It's just a long theme song. You know,
it's actually to our benefit because the first 5 minutes of a YouTube stream, right? Is when all the censorship happens.
Oh, okay. So
after the 5-minute stuff, that's when
that's
like, oh,
that song's like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and then generally jump in, it's just like,
well, we don't open with the end.
Have a good time. Ice cream running around.
So, how many sliders would be enough?
I've done a crave case before. I've done that. A crave case. You don't even know. You don't even fucking know. This is like talking to your friend who's like, I fuck, and you go like, oh yeah, what's a crave case? And you go, I don't even know what that is. Fucking amateur. The crave case is a 30 burger order.
Get the fuck out of town. Get the fuck out of town, dude. 30.
They also make a hundy sack, which is 100 burgers.
Can I just say something? As a fat piece of shit, that's fat.
You're welcome to. Well, you don't eat them all alone. I don't get a like that.
You said I ate a Crave case before. That implied no help.
I've done the 30 by myself. I've never done a hundo by myself.
That checks.
A 30, a 30. You could do a 30. Stop talking to me. Don't talk down to me like you don't do. You could do 30.
I didn't say I couldn't. I haven't seen it, so I haven't.
We're about to go out to Vegas for a night just to do this.
Isn't there a White Castle in downtown LA?
No. First of all, if there was a White Castle in downtown LA, I'd live there. Secondly, there's not a White Castle in downtown LA.
There's somewhere around here. There's a White Castle. I know it. No,
there's not a White Castle in Los Angeles. Not anywhere. And your Big Craves. You click on Big Craves. The Crave Crate. It's the Crave Crate that's 100 burgers. 100 of your favorite sliders. Now, we got a Crave Crate to stand in line for Last Comic Standing in 2007 in the dead of winter. Nobody wanted to get out of line to go get food, so we sent somebody to get a Crave Crate, and we came back and we were like, we'll sell these.
You know how cheap that was back then, though? That's what I'm saying.
Yes, a Crave Crate, 100 burgers was like $29.99. And
you looked it up now? It's like $1 a burger.
No, but that's what we were trying to sell them to people in line for. We were like, you're going to have a White Castle, it's $1. And they were like, we ain't paying that shit. And I was like, all right, we'll eat them all. And then me and 3 other guys ate them all. So that was fun.
Yeah. I was saying how
the White Castle cast, everybody.
In high school, it would eat like 3. You could get like 3 beef and cheddars for $5.
Yeah, it was. No, remember there was a 5 for $5 at one point.
5 for $5 was a thing too. That was like the big deal.
That was the big deal. They would do that once a year.
Went to Arby's. I was saying I went to Arby's recently. $7.69 for 1 beef and cheddar.
And this was at our Arby's, right?
The Arby's.
The Arby's. Yeah.
The other one is closed.
The only other one
is in the South Bay.
No, the only other one. That's the only other one we generally used to go to. But there's one in Hidden Hills, like over like Woodland Hills area. There's a bunch over there.
Either way, you got your wife and kid, and you go, hey, we'll have some Arby's. $25 just to get 3 beef and cheddars before you get those curly seasoned pigtail fries.
Really bad.
I'm bad.
No, I'm saying the cost of these burgers now, it's gotten really bad.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. And I feel like people act like I have no right to complain or something. Well, that's what chaps my ass.
This is the thing that bothers me is like it's cheaper used to be my justification for eating garbage fast food all the time. And now you don't even have that anymore. Like last night, I made cheesesteaks for the neighborhood for what it would cost me to order Jack in the Box for myself.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and I did have
those are good cheesesteaks.
I did have a little leftover one this afternoon. It was like some little scrimps and scraps. Here's a fun Friday night thing. You ever invite a woman to eat your food and then you're like, God damn, she ate more than I thought. Now the ratio is cut. The ratio.
I'm well aware of the ratio.
I got a real problem with these thins. I've been having a real problem with these thin broads. And they'd be like, I'll just have and then you're like, I was expecting to have lunch tomorrow and now it's all gone.
Can I break it down for you though?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're fat to them. So
this is news to me.
in their mind,
they're doing a favor.
No, they're being as fat as they want because you won't judge them.
So like I'm a go ahead and hit bottom kind of nigga. Like,
yeah, go ahead and be nasty, girl. You see me.
You could be disgusting around me.
In their mind, they're like,
I'm like a food porn star. So they're like, I could get as nasty as I want around this fat fuck.
Exactly.
You're so right. That's what it is.
Yeah, I know bitches like the back of my hand.
They're just they're like, I'll have a sandwich. I was like, what do you want, sandwiches or tacos? And no shit today. Why are we choosing? We'll have sandwiches and then tacos. And you're like,
they're fat. They are tapping into their fatness. Dudes do this too. It's not just broads. I've had friends that will hit me up to go like, yo, bro, let's do this. I'm trying to go eat. And you'd be like, Okay. Because in their mind, they go, Carl's always hungry.
I know. I get these calls too. I mean, I talked about it on my very first stand-up record where I was like, all my friends are potheads and I don't even smoke weed, but they like to eat with me. So they'll call me at like 2 a.m. like, hey, Tubby, you want to go White Castle?
Yeah,
like,
they love knowing that we're not going to judge them for some disgusting eating habit.
I know.
Which is terrible because we should have the ability to do that, but because we have fatness surrounding our faces and stomachs, But then what I will say is these fucking broads, these cunts will have the audacity to be like, it's really just counting calories and staying active. It's not that fucking. And they're like, I'll fucking smash you through a goddamn wall. What are you talking about? Riding dick is how they burn calories, though.
Yeah, they do. They do
so
a lot.
Like, ooh, I'm famished. You're like, all right.
Right. Yeah. 2 things. They burn all their calories doing 2 things I refuse to do: ride dick or spend money.
Yeah. The first one's still up in the air.
Listen, I don't. What are you talking about up in the air? There's no. Even if I were to sample dick, I don't think I'd be jumping up and riding it.
You'd be throwing it back though with that fucking tat.
Throwing it. No,
that's a target for them.
No. I have what can only be described as top ass, and you know it. All right, nobody's getting in between these cheeks. Ain't nobody trying
what I say you had top ass and bottom dick.
Yeah. That's what I have. Yeah, I have both of those things. I have both of those. Top ass and bottom. I'm the worst gay. I would be the worst gay.
You'd also be like super judgy about the gay.
I'd be cunty without any of the fucking the fun. I would just be all of the bad of gays and none of the fun.
That's why they don't invite you to their parties anymore.
I know. That's why they don't. They're just like, let's have you know what? On second thought, let's not invite him.
People get a lot of shit. Speaking of gay parties, Jimmy Kimmel's back on the air spouting the faggotiest shit.
This one, sometimes I think you send me things for the show.
I do.
To enrage me.
I do.
Just want to enrage you. I'm going to ruin your day. I'm going to make you fucking infuriated.
Yeah, so I sent you a clip of Jimmy Kimmel claiming that Antifa was the same as arresting Antifa was the same as arresting Decepticons because they don't exist. And boy, oh boy, as soon as I saw it, I go, oh, he's gonna love this clip.
I was so fucking enraged. Well, I subscribe to all the people that you should subscribe to on right-wing Twitter. So like your libs of TikTok, your Nick Sorters, your Benny Johnsons, and every single one of them posted this afternoon. So it was like a push notification
of you can't believe this shit.
Cocky of like, did you see what the fuck Jimmy Kimmel just said about Antifa?
The fact that this fool said it's not a real organization, that would be like saying, oh, I'm sorry, was I harassed by the Decepticons? Have I been doxxed by the Decepticons?
This is the thing that drives me nuts about this.
We're not.
Nope, you're there.
Everyone can see in here.
This absolutely demolished our presets when I was trying to fix all this earlier, so apologize for that.
You're sharing the I don't follow Libs of TikTok and that, but I engage with enough people that it'll just show up on my feed anyway.
Here we go.
You understand? There's no Antifa. This is an entirely imaginary organization. There is not an Antifa. This is no different than if they announced they rounded up a dozen Decepticons. We've captured the Chupacabra, everyone. And then it was Trump's turn to ratchet up the rhetoric with fiery images conjured from no one has any idea where. You understand?
Well, why don't you stop being a faggot and just look? Nobody knows where these images are from.
I got to tell you, I'm really disappointed in our homeboy, Jesus Christ, Lord our Savior, because if he had any any of us in him at all, I know we have him in us, but if he had any of us in him, he would have fucking had a chupacabra run right through that studio and eat that motherfucker alive right on the goddamn screen.
I'll tell you this, and this is just God has a sense of humor, and his time is different than our time. His timing is different than our timing. So
it's like a British comic. He's more dry.
The things that will happen to Jimmy Kimmel, and they will demand we show sympathy, will be horrifying.
Well, if he doesn't get dick leprosy tomorrow, it
won't happen that fast, but it'll be
wrath. This is where Catholicism and a lot of Christianity loses me. Is I want more wrath. You and I talk about this all the time. Like, I want a wrathful, vengeful. I want wrath God. Where is this nigga? I want this guy in the picture. I want locusts, flood, fucking.
It's there. It's just on his. It's on his time, dude. I'm telling you.
I want plague God back. That's what I want.
Remember when Jimmy Kimmel told everybody that they shouldn't get? They were like, no, unvaccinated, no care for you, Wheezy, right? But it was around the same time before that he cried. He cried
about his baby son having a heart disease issue. Yeah, don't you think that is like, if you had any soul whatsoever, if you feared God in any way whatsoever, why would you play with that fire?
Isn't modern medicine keeping his kid alive, though?
Like lying to the public, making up stories, being a bullshitter. Like, stop.
I'll trust the timing. That's all I'm saying. What will happen will be something you go just put nothing but faith in.
We're real good improv guys. Let's think of some things. What would you want to see happen to Jimmy Kimmel?
That he has to listen to Bad Bunny on repeat for 24/7 until the end of time.
Not enough.
While his toenails are getting plugged out by just one by one. Like he gets them pulled out, the immense pain that it is, but it instantly grows back.
I want him to be face fucked by Killer Mike while his other half of his body is being fed to a wood chipper.
There's not that many wood chippers around.
I think mine's a little different than yours. I'm going to go ahead and there are no bad ideas here. Okay. So
I think like mine's about like slow, torturous pain, and yours is more about like instant humiliation followed by death. Like mine is
no. I want the humiliation alongside death.
What if they turn Killer Mike's asshole into tweezers and he pulls each one of his hair follicles out with his tweezer asshole, and every time he pinches it, it farts.
Does it? Is that what that noise is at the beginning? Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm talking about?
It just goes, yeah, nigga.
It sounds like the intro to This Is Not Happening. That's Run the Jewels.
That will not happen in our immediate time, but it will happen in time. Does that make sense?
God, I need you. Oh, is it in bad taste to pray
for somebody else's like mishaps and torture?
Is that not in the spirit?
Yeah, it's not.
All right. What if accidentally? Like, what if I were to pray for a scenario that unfortunately were to have some collateral damage?
Well, what you do is pray for the protection of others, and then the evildoers would be like, "What?" and bad things happen to them.
Okay, sure. Well, however we got to do it. You teach me Catholicism.
Again, is
Your Honors, we didn't mean to fuck those boys. We was trying to curse these other people, and this was a collateral damage.
We don't have to get into the Latter-day Saints or the Protestant church. That is way more money.
There is no Protestant. First, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to something that they tell you is Protestant church, you are getting
get out.
You are getting. There is no Protestant church Okay, I understand if you accidentally went to Catholic church and got fucked. If you went to Protestant church, you deserve to get fucked. That's like going into a White Castle. They're like, everything here's free, and you go, "Are you fucking sure?" And they go, "Yeah, take your pants off. It's all free." And you go, "What was that other thing again with the pants?" And they go, "It's all free."
We're getting fucked for the Super Bowl.
Is this what we're planning for this year, or because I thought we were just going to do some food again?
No. The American public is getting fucked for the Super Bowl.
I see what you mean. I thought you were telling me what our plans for this year are.
I've already decided I'm going to turn the game off at halftime. I won't.
Well, a lot of people are going to watch the Charlie Kirk Turning Point halftime.
Absolutely not.
Have you seen that? What's that? What do you think that's going to be?
You know, someone had said to me, "I'm going to watch that." And I said,
"Hey, just so you guys know, the Jews didn't do it. They didn't do it. Just so you guys know, just want to make sure everyone's clear. Israel had nothing to do with either this halftime show or Mr. Kirk's untimely demise."
And they go, "Why won't you just support the Christian music? You got option A or option B?" I go, "Option C. I'm going to turn the fucking TV off and make more food." What the fuck is the? What is the problem? Like, I don't have to watch that.
Yeah. Turn it off.
And they go, "We need an alternative that's Christian." No, we don't.
Yeah.
I like secular music. It doesn't have to be shit.
I don't like secular. Secular sounds like something food related.
Of course it does to you. Everything sounds food related to you.
Hey man, yeah, that chicken is so secular.
No. No, blacks, that's how blacks describe a couch.
Man, you ever go over that dude's house? He got a couch for
all. He got one of them big secular couches, man. It be in the corner and shit. It be wrap around like an L. You know what I'm talking about? Secular.
A bunch of
secular couch right there.
People would sit on that secular couch, man. I don't like it though. I don't like it.
I don't like it. Nah, that's too big. And you get all sunk deep in. Motherfuckers come in the house you ain't even know about. One time I was fucking my old lady, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bitch, fuck nigga came in the house. I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I follow that.
No, dude, like there is not two options for that. The third option is turn your fucking TV. Here's why. I refuse to be gaslit by a bunch of.
I don't want to bring this up, but I have to bring this up. The last 30 seconds of this podcast are on the list. Okay. And I just want to let people know. That Carl's loved ones, myself and others, we've now begun a list. And these are a list of the ways in which Carl himself has the tendency to nog out from time to time.
It's the list apparently is how many ways am I sort of ghetto?
Are you ghetto? Is the nice way of saying it.
It's a euphemism.
Yes. And this came up, by the way, because
I think none.
I mentioned one way, and then somebody else said, "I'm keeping a list." And I said, "Whoa, there's a list? We have a list going?" And then we spent the whole night watching Philadelphia get their shit pushed in across 3 major sports and updating the list.
That's my list.
And how about that? That's definitely that's going to go on.
Talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about that's one of those. I don't think the constantly bitching about fast food is on the list. It
might be because
that's a dad gripe. So if something is a dad gripe, it can't be African American in nature.
Okay, but what about?
That's more of a magic trick if you really think about it.
I told you that our friend of the show, my buddy Theo.
You want to hear about black dad?
He will literally order the price, the price as the name of the item.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we said that there's a lot of ways that black people are distinctly different. Two ways that you and I uncovered is they will use, if you're talking to a white person, they will use both your first and your last name often. So I've never been Josh to a black man ever. It's always
Josh Denny.
And they say it continuously as if it is one word. Josh Denny.
Oh, Josh Denny, you crazy, man.
Josh Denny. Johnny, you ever been to Josh Denny house?
The other is saying the price of the item that you're ordering.
Order the item.
Can I get the $9 chicken sandwich with the $4 add-on? What add-on? Let me get the bacon on that. That's the number one go to of like, all right, really? It's just the chicken sandwich, not the $13 chicken sandwich. Right?
Yeah. Well, I love too the idea that if they don't say the price, it's going to go up.
They're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
No, they're going to get fucked in the somehow. I told you it was a $13 one.
Oh, I had an argument with Kevin Kraft about ice in drinks for, I'm not kidding, probably 90 minutes when we were on the road and we were stopping.
Are you pro ice or anti ice?
I like ice in my drink. If I need more drink, I'll just go back and refill the cup. He was basically explaining to me that like
that's how they get you.
Reparation
with the ice.
Black men will be taken by refusing ice. That was his entire premise. Was like, do you want more drink?
Well, that's what they're doing in Chicago right now.
I want to enjoy the drink. I want some ice, and he's like, yeah, you getting fucked.
But seriously, this idea that going back to the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny, this idea that there's gonna, I know what is gonna happen is why I want to turn the TV off and change the channel. I don't want to like watch something else on my phone but leave the TV on. I literally want to turn it off because I refuse to be gaslit by these cocksuckers and go, this was the most watched halftime show of all time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. No, the fuck it won't be.
I think what we should also do is go door to door in our building with a gun and tell people to turn their TVs off. Just a thought.
Shut the fucking TV off.
Shut the TV off now.
Well, because this is where it's going to go. First, you have the Bad Bunny Super Bowl thing, and then it's AOC run for president after that. They're just throwing all the Puerto Ricans in.
This is the thing that I brought up to you when we were talking about the Bad Bunny thing. And more importantly, the thing I was referencing is Bad Bunny on SNL. So like anybody who's seen the video, and I would love to pull this clip up, but I don't want to melt the show again now that we actually have it going. But when he did SNL, he did like a 2-minute thing in Spanish, and the audience was like hooping and hollering. Hooting and hollering? Is it hooting? They were.
It ain't hooping.
Well,
it ain't hooping.
It might be. You don't know it's not hooping. So they were hooping and hollering, as my father would like to say. And I was
mostly, can I just interrupt for that? It is women that are cheering.
Yes.
That are hooting and hollering because they want to fuck a gay Latino. Proceed.
Well, this is the thing is he's sitting there screaming and freaking out about, or he's going through his Spanish diatribe, and these women in the audience are screaming and freaking out like, yes. I really want people to watch that and think about what you're really watching, because they're not cheering for a Latino. They're not cheering for diversity in music. They're cheering for the destruction of the America we know and love. Yes. And this is what you have to understand is like, they don't give a fuck about Bad Bunny. They don't give a fuck about his music. They don't give a fuck about that he speaks Spanish. They like that he represents destroying a beacon of Western civilization, which is the Super Bowl. They like that it's destroying something that is critical to the fabric of America. And this is
white America.
This is why, yes, definitely white America. And this is why we talk about that these things are way bigger than they might seem on the surface. And this is the war. When you hear people like Gavin or Nick Fuentes or anybody go like, we're at war, this is the war we're talking about, because these people who are just telling you that their political ideology is just like to be nice and to be accepting and to be tolerant, that is a lie. These people want the destruction of the America we know and love. They want death to the Western world.
Yeah.
They want reality not to matter. They want truth not to matter. They want women to be women if they feel like they're women, even if they're not women. They want to strip all identity and patriotism away, like the things that are sort of historically American or patriotic or I'll use the Charlie Kirk lines, good, true, and beautiful. So
yes, this is the definition of cultural Marxism. The fact that they side with Muslims who will eventually implement Sharia law is kind of funny, because in their minds they'll go, yeah, but we're going to abolish all religions. So it doesn't matter. The Muslims will help us get to that point, and then it'll be this destruction of no religions. extreme, like separation of church and state to the extreme, and where they'll outlaw this, then they'll oppose Sharia law once it's in force, and they'll go, this is terrible, women's rights, and blah 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 blah. Everything about communism is destroying the statues, destroying everything that comes before. So now in China, they have to have like a little town that celebrates all the ancient parts of China, and then everybody goes, and it's like a tourist attraction for even the Chinese who live there. And so we're getting to that point, like the whole social credit score thing, and like that is implemented through the very much Marxist communism. Fuck the Mao communism. It's the idea in itself from a bunch of rich kids. You see it with Mamdani in New York. And again, AOC claims, I'm a democratic socialist. And you go, well, what does that mean? Because this is a democratic republic.
And by the way, a lot of these people are people who never felt like they got to participate in traditional America. So they weren't like invited to Super Bowl parties. They didn't play sports. They didn't go to their prom. Listen, they've never gotten their dick sucked by two chicks at the same time.
Right. It's like modern Hayes in the chat right now. That type of person. They're very much a loser.
You want me to pull that thing up?
Very much a loser who's like, football's already homosexual. It's just like, so why would you care that the singer? We don't care that the singer's gay. Yeah. David Bowie would have been a great show to have at the Super Bowl. He's a faggot that wears dresses.
Prince was the greatest halftime show maybe of all time.
Yeah, he's not gay, but he was definitely flamboyant.
Sure, let's say. I'm just saying, like, when you're that good, a dick or two can slip in, and we'll allow it. It's fine.
Dr. Dre was probably gayer than him.
You think so? This is a hot take.
Oh, you never heard the rumors of Dr. Dre?
That's what that chronic is?
No. Yeah, he's got chronic ass pain from being a fucking mariposa.
What's the difference between me and you? A lot.
A lot. Why your lips so glossy, nigga?
So he's gay. Is that how easy he got AIDS?
Well, the whole whether or not it's confirmed or not that Suge Knight injected Eazy-E with AIDS.
I didn't know about this at all.
Really? Yeah, that's like the thing.
Really? I did not know that.
And people in power always had their way of like
his dick to inject it.
No, they used a needle, with the AIDS-y needle. And like any hip hop pop artists back then, they're very much like Catholics. They're just like condoms.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
But
are gay?
Yeah. So the thing about,
in all fairness, they're very tight. They're so unpleasant. I mean, if you're making a list,
what are we talking about?
Condoms. If you're making a list for me, you can put right at the top of ways that I'm like a black guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
there's plenty others.
I'll get AIDS. Condoms.
I love that Patrice joke. He's like, condom days is over. I throw a trash bag over my shit.
Yeah.
You filled up, bitch. There's dick and balls in there.
Yeah, it's not.
But this whole thing, like you said, it's the destruction of Western civilization. It's the cultural Marxism. That's why there's going to be a push for President AOC, and you think she will be president.
I think she's going to win. Here's the reason. I think the Republicans, I don't think they've done enough to separate themselves from Israel. I don't think that they've delivered on enough of their promises. I don't think the immigration is enough. I don't think the economy is fixed. We're still in all these wars. And so, we sit here and we look at somebody like Nick Fuentes and we go like, well, at least he represents sort of a new right, an emerging right. But there are no politicians, maybe short of like a Marjorie Taylor Greene or somebody, who really represents that voice of young conservatism. And there just isn't a politician. So like your choices are going to be J.D. Vance. And the thing that nobody wants with J.D. Vance is, his connection to Palantir and a surveillance state conceptual government, big brother thing. And then your other alternative, or somebody like DeSantis, who I think on paper we love the way he's governed. We love the way he is as a politician, but he's pro-Israel. And he's literally He's literally co-signed legislation that would, basically remove free speech in the name of like outlawing stuff under the name of anti-Semitism.
You know why I can see her winning and why you would push for her? It's a hell-bent, like this guy is hell-bent on being president, is Gavin Newsom. And her being in there, and the Democrats would have to literally choose and stand on the bullshit that they've been preaching about.
They'll never
hate women, you'll never be right. And they go, well, he's polished and he's been a governor and she's been and you'd be like, so and he's got an all-white family and he's got everything that they would elect. If they made Gavin the nominee, he would be a Republican, essentially.
Yeah, there's another element to this, too, that I was bringing up. And I shared this on X the other day where I said, one of the big problems with the Israel-Palestine thing, like one of the unforeseen side effects of Israel-Palestine is the way the left is now using that like a comparable, like it's like a comp to the ICE situation in America. So like you're watching, like you'll watch leftist people on X or on other social media platforms, like basically talk about the Israel thing as if there's a fucking genocide happen, or not the Israel thing, but the ICE situation in America as if like Mexicans are being genocided.
Can I tell you what the word they use?
Go ahead.
Bro, they literally say abduction or kidnapping.
Yes. They're being
my fucking God. They're being arrested. And the other thing is when somebody's arrested, they go, look how horrible this is. She's screaming and crying while her that's what happened. You ever seen cops? You ever seen people get arrested? They make noise and go, I ain't doing nothing. But now they're doing it in another language.
Ever seen a black woman get a DUI with her child in the car? Man, that happens every day in America. And they have to separate that child from that parent, at least for the day, sometimes for forever, depending on the living situation, man. So the over exaggeration of that, where they're just like, this is an atrocity. They're getting abducted. These are citizens whose rights are being taken away. None of which is true. And AOC is going to ride that insanity right into the White House. She's going to go out there and she's going to go, it is a genocide. It's a genocide. And it's white nationalist and it's racist and we have to defeat it. And she's going to be able to sell that bullshit to enough people.
I don't think she is. I think couple more arenas, and because you have 3.5 years, right? 3 years. So half a year would be, campaigning, but you got 3 more years. You don't think there's going to be a bunch more arenas and Lincoln Rileys? And
well, as long as our boy Crowder keeps going to these barbershops, maybe not. So that's funny. I still haven't watched that, but I can't wait. I'm really excited to check that out.
Another clip that I sent you, and this goes to the democratic socialism thing, and these people who the Destinies and the online fuckers. I sent you another clip to enrage you of Hassan Parker. Hassan Piker.
Who's Hassan Parker? Is that Peter's Muslim brother?
Hassan Piker got caught shot collaring his dog in the middle of a stream, and then people have brought up all these old clips of him saying, isn't he Muslim?
Yes.
They hate dogs. What is the fucking controversy? I mean, I know the controversy. He's a piece of shit and he's doing that, but I expect that from him. Like he's talking about how dogs are slaves and all this shit. I go, yeah, dude, this is what they think.
You should hear what they think of women, dummy.
Yeah,
like that's what's so funny is these people are like, I love too that people are like, maybe this dog thing will finally be the thing to get him deplatformed and canceled. And I go like, you are still trying to apply the decency,
their logic to.
You're trying to apply our decency to the way they live, and that's stupid. That they have no principles. They don't like that. He'll eat that fucking dog on camera if it gets him 1,000 subs. Like the ecosphere of these streamers, man, is fucking wild. Wild.
Why is it that conservatives can get quote unquote canceled or that, and the mainstream will make excuses for that? Like this one is dog abuse. I thought this guy would get the Michael Vick sort of treatment where and they'll go all the way through his shit and go, yeah, he does this all the time. And like, why? How do people watch this? And the other thing I hope if like
there's like pictures people shared of him with a pit bull with like an inverted spike choker on. Did you see those pictures? Like he's like walking a pit bull of his at some point, and it literally has one of those spike collars that like as you pull it, it just stabs the dog's neck. It's like
that guy sucks, dude. And I know there's something wrong with Mr. Beast. I just ain't figured it out yet, but
you're on the Mr. Beast. You're one of the Mr. Beast guys. You don't like it,
dude. First of all, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, hey guys, we're gonna. Now he's bitching about AI and saying this and like, well, it's because you had a formula. You didn't have like, so that's where the whole like, we gotta make content. I'm making content, and it's just like AI can do what you do now. So now you feel threatened.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you're not actually creating anything. Like this is what we always say about like trend jacking algorithms is like you're not actually making anything. You're not creating any art. You're just oh, is everybody swimming in this direction? Let me also, and then maybe I can get some of that shit that's over there. It's like
so you could argue he created a formula, but AI is going to crack your formula. It's made for math, right? Well, it's like
to be honest, I mean, basically what he did was he did what AI does, just as a human, as an autistic human. They hacked the algorithm. You know, when he went on Rogan and explained this, he's like, yeah, we just obsessed over the algorithm for like 6 months, me and my nerd friends, and then we figured out exactly how to create videos to just manufacture money. And
I saw that dude at the boxing match.
It's like, okay, cool. I have no desire to do that. That's what I think is so funny is people are like, oh yeah, like if you just did this or you just did this or you just did this, you'd make $1 million. There's a lot of ways that you could just go make $1 million. You could steal it. You could raise it as a fucking politician and never give it back and never do what you say you're going to do with it. There's a lot of ways you can steal people out of money. It's like I don't want to do any of those things.
You could suck like 100 dicks for a couple 100,000.
I don't know how many you got to do. I don't know the price. You must know the price. You had a very specific number queued up.
I was just doing $1 million math.
You think it's 100 dicks? You think that's what you're getting per dick? You only do 100 dicks, you get $1 million?
Yeah.
No.
You do 10 dicks and get $1 million if you're
10
good.
grand a dick. That's $10,000 a dick. What kind of mouth you think you're working with?
You got 10 dicks, it's 100 grand.
No, wait, what?
10 dicks for 100 grand.
Oh yeah, 10 dicks for 100. You got to give 10 $100,000 blowjobs.
What's a $100,000 blowjob in this day and age?
Don't fucking have the slightest. I don't even know what a $5 blowjob feels like anymore. So
I could tell you.
Okay.
It's about what you expect.
Generally, and by the way, I don't even know if I could put a dollar amount on blowjobs nowadays. It usually is got some kind of food. I like to get my dick sucked on what is called the barter system. So,
usually cheesesteaks.
It's usually I'm bartering cheesesteaks, some kind of pasta, something like that. Yeah.
But I mean, what? So
walk your dog for a summer, things like that.
I know you have brought up this is the problem with like DeSantis and JD Vance on the right and them being candidates, but I'm saying I have a different problem with JD Vance.
Go ahead.
My problem with JD Vance is his Indian wife and kids.
There we go.
And the fact that he was a anti-Trumper that wrote articles in the Atlantic about him, and he was basically put there by the tech bros. And Musk like signed off on it, was like, I'm telling you, you got to have this guy with you. And you're like, no. And it's just why? Because he was the guy who worked for the Atlantic and contributed to him, had like how these leaks happened when about the signal chat thing, all that. Who had the number to the guy from the Atlantic?
Yeah, probably. Probably
the guy that used to work for them.
Yeah, maybe. Good chance.
Does he try and sabotage things in the Trump presidency on every turn just to like? I don't know. I don't trust the guy.
Well, I don't.
And oh man,
I don't think he's
sleepy over there, huh?
I know, man. It was a late night, a lot of cheesesteak eating, and
But I mean, DeSantis, his problem is he's just a really effective governor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not going to win you anything, because they'd be like, isn't this guy great? And he'd be like, yeah, don't you want it for the whole country? And they're like, well,
like, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it really is this, and this is the thing is like, you can't even talk about this without being labeled anti-Semitic. So here we go with the full anti-Semitism. But it's like, I don't want a president who at any moment is Israel first about anything.
No.
So, like First Amendment is, you should be able to say whatever you want without consequences from your government. And this idea that we're going to potentially remove people's earned citizenship because they're criticizing Israel, like that's fucking insane.
Yeah, but here's something even more insane.
A single conservative person who's not a Jew who is okay with that.
Here's something that's more insane. This was not on the agenda, but this is sort of like a breaking news thing. Hegseth, who we were, slightly praising at one point, just like signed this fucking deal to have Qatar have an Air Force base in Idaho.
Nope.
Yeah, dude. That's what.
Nope. Yeah.
Absolute fucking insanity.
They can have an Orange Julius. I'm okay if the Qatars want to have if they want to have a Qatar center, and or
I'm hacking that.
Yeah.
Dude, they gave Trump a plane, and then he's like, but where do I park it? And they're like, why don't we park it at new Air Force base? And he's like, you're going to build an airport? Yes, airport. That's what we meant.
Yeah.
Air Force base.
Nope. No, absolutely not. No.
So we're going to have the fucking
installments here? No.
We're going to have the Muhammad takeover followed by the ready to go fucking airstrikes in Idaho? Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here, dude. If I'm lying, I'm dying. That shit is real news. I saw it a couple hours. I saw it just before the show.
It's all over. It's 2 hours. It's trending.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Air Force facility. No.
But it's apparently already a deal.
No, absolutely not.
This is the partisan shit. I have to side with the fucking Dems on.
Yeah, this. And by the way, ain't no such thing as a free plane, dog. That's what we learned here.
Yeah, he's got to stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
And let's get into more, I would say, lighter stuff, but serious. The NFL is fucking soft.
Oh yeah, this was the story earlier in the week. I had a fucking reply to a Schefter tweet get 100,000 fucking impressions because people were like not liking.
What's that?
It's a browser. It's the other browser playing in the background. Scared the shit out of you, didn't it?
Was that a horror movie trailer?
What the fuck it was? I think it was a car commercial.
It's for Frankenstein.
Yeah, no, it's, everybody saw this clip earlier in the week. There was a coach, Jonathan Gannon of the Cardinals, who hit a player in the face or the chest or something after.
It was chest. It was in the pads. And and this is how, if anybody who's ever played football.
You chopped him. Everybody does this.
Yeah, but it's how you go, hey, even if he didn't have pads on, let's fucking go. Get that shit back.
Yeah.
Punch him in the chest. Keep it walking. Get that shit back. Do it again. It was nothing like that. But what happened? PR, song and dance, a slow motion clip with no sound gets viral. And then the PR of the team, which is run by women who should have no business around an NFL team.
Let's not pretend that it's not an element of the dynamic. White coach, black player. That black player couldn't possibly be, meet that white man at the level at which they're having a man-to-man discussion. It's like, this is what fucking drives me nuts about liberals, is that they literally look at DeMarcado, the player in that situation, and go, don't you do that to that poor nigger.
What's the worst part, though?
That's literally the mindset of like, don't you do that to that poor, helpless, defenseless nig. And it's like, that man is a professional athlete.
What's the worst part? They fined him $100,000.
Oh, Gannon. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. For doing the job.
So there's nothing that a coach will do anymore. Like, they're basically saying the player is a victim of tough coach. It's over. It's over. If that's where we're at, You're fining coaches $100,000 for coaching. And you go, well, a coach should never put his hands on a player. Okay, so there's no encouragement where they slap them and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're not allowed to tap a guy on the helmet or slap him on the ass or.
This is single mom PR fucking bullshit, dude.
It's ruined.
How dare they touch my baby?
It's just like, every year I feel like we find all these ways that the sport is getting more and more ruined. Female coaches, female refs. We were watching a game together last night, and there was a moment where the fucking female ref throws a goddamn flag in the end zone. The 4 male refs get together, and they're like, there's no penalty on this fucking play, goddamn it.
Because AJ Brown fell down in a route. She up and threw the flag.
Yeah. He was mean to that man.
They don't understand intent. They don't understand male bodies and how a player, he can't do that. Yes, he can. And they also don't understand the actual physical demand of that.
Quite easy.
They don't understand the physicality of the game in which they're like, well, it's passing. He shouldn't be able to do that. And you're like, man, I'll slap fire out of the motherfucker off the line. You see Michael Irvin coaching these kids up at Miami, and he puts their hands on the corner's chest, like, fuck out of here. I'm like, and the players are like, you could do that? He's like, they're jamming you. Like, get him out of here.
Yeah,
Smack his hand away.
I love that clip that you sent.
When Michael Irvin putting his hands on the kid's chest and shit and like telling him, like, get it like that, that shit is baffling that they're going to fine a coach $100,000 so he can't coach.
Yeah.
Now he apologized. That's why you never apologize. I would have got up there and go, I'm not sorry. They can fine me all they want. You can get me, you can fire me. I'll take every dollar from y'all.
This is a TikTok video.
Fire me. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, this was a really, really fun. Hold on. Let's see if I can.
Are we going to be back to our difficulties?
No, I think we're okay now. I really do like this.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
One of the greatest receivers ever after winning a rep right in front of him. This receiver learned something new that can take his game to the next level.
You got to make a conscious effort to get up the field straight. Stay up the field. You had him beat. You had him beat 3 times. You had him beat here. You had him beat halfway, and you had him beat. You make these moves. Stop running that in. Once you get it, you only push yourself back in. Only spin. You're running. Even if somebody's here, my running motion is. Right.
Boom.
Never skip.
Physicality.
Yeah.
So you see a ball.
And they're calling offensive PI for that.
Yeah.
Now. They called offensive PI the other day. You know what is also disgusting, and it really makes my blood boil in this shit when it comes to we're talking about this. Mm-hmm. Severely underthrown footballs are defensive PIs now. Because the player has to come back to it. That's what happened to Jalen Hurts and fucking Devontae Smith last night. Severely underthrown ball. Devontae Smith comes back for it. The defender's like, what? PI. Now the ball's a spot foul there. Switch it to college. 15 yards and a first down. Because this is bullshit. That motherfucker underthrows because he got a weenie arm. And you're supposed to get a PI every fucking time. Fuck you. So they can get what? To the 5-yard line and then do the fucking tush push? The fucking butt bully?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how the Philadelphia Eagles, because of that play and the fact that it really is the only thing that they have working on this fucking team, have become like the most hated in the league.
And everybody goes, oh, you wish you could do it. That's why you hate it. And I go, no. If they just officiated it correctly, they have nothing.
Well, they showed last night there were like 10 of those plays or something where it's like false start on all of them.
Kirk Herbstreit calling it out. Al Michaels calling it out. It's bad.
Yeah, I mean,
they dick ride for the fucking winning team all the time.
The guard is literally like diving underneath the lineman before the snap.
How about the center being over the football?
Yeah, it's just
the formation's illegal.
It's fucking crazy. It's so wild.
And then people will do the same exact formation right? I think the Rams did it, or somebody else, Chargers, or somebody did it. And they're like, illegal formation. I go, fucking call it on the Eagles then.
Yeah.
That is the same formation. You know, they watched the tape and practiced it.
Well, and the kick slides of Lane Johnson. I mean, I remember the first year you and I started watching. I go, that's really close. And then now it ain't even close at all. Lane Johnson is kick sliding a second and a half before the snap on
I'd
every.
call a false start. If I was the ref right there and just looking down the line, I'd call a false start on him 6 times in the game.
Yeah.
In the first fucking quarter.
I mean, it's on every play. It's on every play.
And then he would get exposed. He would get exposed because he would have to go at the snap count, and then they just fucking drive through his chest because he doesn't sink down enough, and his groin has still been hurt for the last 3 seasons. Yeah. He could get bull rushed and fucked. So he's trying to get an advantage by not doing that. So he can get his set right, see what they're doing, and it's a legit half a second before the fucking snap.
I feel like it's more than that. It is. I timed it a couple times. It was like a second and a half.
Almost, yeah. He's like moving like 1,001.
Yeah,
he's like in it.
It's
bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
It's a full second at least.
So I don't like to say that the refs are like, come on, there's certain teams that the refs are like, well, they cheat for the Chiefs. Dude, they are cheating for the Eagles, and it's not even funny anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my rant about the NFL being soft and the NFL things being cheaters. I bitched about the food economy. Is there anything else that
you had a whole show without me tonight while I was trying to figure out why my computer hates me?
You don't think that the Magic Castle would be something that would be enjoyable?
No, I don't think. I think I would feel gay the whole time.
That's weird because nobody's asking you to fuck the magicians.
No, I just would feel. You never been in a place and be like, this feels gay being here.
Well, when you weren't there, I was trying to show you how.
Okay.
They'll do it, and they go,
you're
now gay.
It feels gay being here right now. I'm going to tell you.
Listen, I know it's called close-up magic, but you don't have to be like close up.
Yeah, it sounded like you said closet magic. Is that what you're saying?
Is that how they came with that sound? Ta-da!
That's a Dave Attell. That's a Dave Attell concept of a joke if I've ever. Is that what they came up with that sound?
Ta-da!
That sounds like something.
I don't know about you, but I love me an abracadabra. Am I right? Am I right, people? Abracadabra.
It's the greatest of all time, Dave Attell.
Well, I've sort of spent my load.
I know you. You had to do way more fucking this episode than you normally do, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry, my unit failed. You know, I was a little impotent with the show tonight, but we pulled it together here for the last 45 minutes or so. We pulled a show.
Condom days.
Condom days over.
Hey guys, you can always support us on Patreon. That's at www.thebiguglies.com.
Yep, takes you to our Patreon. You can go right over there.
You can always just support, or you can hate for $8. We have a hater fund that you can contribute to. That's our Patreon. Same bat time, same bat website. That's it for me. You got anything?
Nope. I would plug something, but there isn't anything. All of our shows have been moved into the next year. Everything you said was a rambling, incoherent mess. Made no sense. Everyone,
we're all dumber
for having heard it. Award you no points. May God have mercy.